with that, I'll open it up to questions.
DA, what were your thoughts on Spencer in the second half?
Look, I thought he executed with poise. I thought he made some plays. I thought he was able to create a little bit with his feet when things didn't go exactly how you wanted it to. And so I thought he did a good job. I thought Hainer did well. I thought he came in and executed his job. So, I was pleased with what we were able to get accomplished there with those two players. Now we're going to go back and we're going to look at the tape and we're going to make the corrections that we need to make. There's some things that we have to be better at. But I thought overall, for a first preseason game, and this being Spencer's first shot out, I thought I was pleased with what I saw.
You mentioned to lead up to the game that you wanted to see what they looked like under the lights.
I thought both of them made plays.
Yeah.
I thought both of them did some good stuff. Both of them led 2-minute drives, and so look, you can never get enough of that type of situational work, and I think in particular for those young guys to, be put in those situations, and I thought both of them responded well.
You guys left Waga and got some reps. Just what was the thinking on that?
They need to play. I mean, those guys need to play. They haven't established themselves yet, and so they need a ton of reps. So that was the thought.
And I know you haven't seen the film yet of them, but any first glance impression?
Yeah, it'd be hard for me to really say right now. So I'm going to go back and look at the tape before I, get too in depth on any of that. I think it's much more difficult to evaluate where you're at the offensive line position than it is for me to tell you how I think the quarterback looked.
What was your comfort level with Charlie on that last kick? I mean, would you have gone, 40, 50?
Well, look, I think in that situation, at the end of the game like that, yeah, I mean, we would have kicked it from, I don't know, 60, depending on, how much time was left in the game and whether I thought what the down and distance was and percentages, what we thought, so that's kind of a little bit of a hypothetical. But look, I felt good about him hitting the distance. I wasn't worried about that at all, and I thought it was awesome, man. First kick in not an NFL game, first kick in a football game, American football game, and for him to knock it through like that in a pressure situation was cool to see.
What are your thoughts on how Spencer handled that 2-minute scenario? Obviously, he didn't get the clock all the way down. But,
Yeah, look, I thought overall, he handled it. I thought he handled it well. There's a lot of things that we're going to go back and look at and say, man, we got to improve here. We got to be better here. This situation, this would be a better decision, But look, ultimately, he took our team from our end of the field, drove it down to their end of the field, put us in a position to kick a game-winning field goal. And I think it's the job of the quarterback, right? So, so that was good. Now, where do we go? Next week, the week after, how do we improve? That's what's key now.
What went into starting Derek tonight? Just want to get some snaps in there.
Look, we've got so many new things on offense. We got a new scheme, a new play caller, some new pieces on the offensive line. We need to play. So that was the thought process. We need to play, and I don't think that's really too unique. I think I saw Patrick Mahomes started, and so I guess if Coach Reed thinks it's okay to play your starters in the first preseason game, that's probably not a bad idea.
Is Clint going to be calling plays from the booth the whole season?
That's to be determined, so we'll get back and talk about it and what we like, what we not like, and kind of go from there.
do you have a preference on that, DA? Does it matter to you?
I think it's whatever makes him the most comfortable. And really, honestly, it's what fits our team the best. And look, we started off last year with Joe Woods in the press box, and then somewhere during the season, I thought our guys needed him on the sideline, so we brought him down on the sideline. So I think that's always something that you're looking at and evaluating, and in particular when you got new pieces. So yeah, we'll look at it and see what we think, and look, whatever we do next week may not be what we do the following week. I think we just got to keep evaluating that.
Good to see you, Team Carr.
Replay on the Rattler touchdown, did that process work for you? I mean, you got to call.
Yeah, no, look, I mean, the guys upstairs did a great job. Here, the thing about replay that's challenging, is you have to make sure that you've got clear and obvious evidence. And so, man, when I'm watching it on the big screen as they're looking at it, I'm saying to myself, I'm like, I think it's across. I think the ball's inside, but I can't tell. And it wasn't until they got to the next view that, when you kind of piece it all together, it certainly looked like the ball crossed the plane. But I thought our guys did a good job of saying that they felt like it was in, and so we got the challenge.
What's kind of your initial takeaway from the 18 carries tonight?
Yeah, I think there were some good things. Obviously, the one explosive pass there, at the end of the first half that, set us up in scoring position. I mean, that was a huge play in the game. And so I'd probably have to go back and look at the whole thing. How did he block? How did he get aligned? How well was he getting open when the ball didn't go to him? Like, those are all the things that, it's easy to look and see when he hits somebody on a double move in the 2 minute, that's a big play. And that's obviously, important. So I think I gotta look at it, but that certainly was a big play.
What do you think of the kickoffs on both sides?
I thought I don't know what I thought. You know what I mean? Like, it just looked like a kickoff to me. It didn't, other than they got aligned in a different spot, it didn't look a whole lot different to me, so now the uniqueness of it is I do feel like there's kind of one level on your blocking and kind of one level on your defense, which, I think when you're really talking about defensive football, you don't really want everybody on one level, because if you're all on one level, then if they crease it, then it becomes a big play. So, look, I think that's just going to be something that we're going to continue to look at and evaluate throughout the course of preseason. I don't know what everybody's going to show or not show, or what you can do differently, So I think you're going to get even into the early part of the season, and you're going to have to, be able to adjust. And I think the teams that adjust the best are going to have the most success.
What do you think of the tackling? Usually first game kind of.
I'd say overall, I thought it was pretty good. There's a couple plays that lack what I would be looking for. And so, look, I think when you get into the first preseason game, really from a defensive perspective, like, I'm looking at effort, and I'm looking at guys swarming the ball, playing the right way. It's not as much to me about, are they executing the scheme exactly right, or are they executing the technique exactly right? I want to know if they're going to play football. I want to know if they're going to play, a physical brand of football and play with great effort. I'd say overall, I thought it was pretty good, and yet I can think of a half dozen examples in my head right now that, there's going to be some tough coaching tomorrow, and that's just part of it. All right. Thanks, guys.
did you want to get accomplished tonight?
Play as much as we could. No one told us, how many plays or anything like that. So really just hearing Clint communicate, having those conversations, all those things, and then you want to win. Anytime you get a chance to put the jersey on, I've always said this. It's just such a blessing to be able to play in an NFL game, preseason, regular season or not. You're just always thankful for those moments. And so, being able to go out there and play, and then they're like, you guys are done. It's like right as you're getting, you get so excited, and then all of a sudden it's over, in 10 minutes. And that's tough about the preseason. But, I thought communication-wise, all those kind of things, there'll be things to correct and all that. But it was just nice to, it's a new voice, hearing that, new for our guys, all those kind of things. So it was good to finally get to do that in a live situation.
Derek, what did you think of the operation? I know you said you wanted to hear Clint in your ear.
Yeah.
Those kind of things. What did you think about the
I think he's a great communicator. I thought it was very clear, and that stuff matters. And so, I don't know. I just thought he did a great job, communicating with us. Even when I came out, I was listening, and just hearing what he was saying, and the reminders, all those kind of things that are going to come up only in game situations. And so, all those things were pretty cool. And you see why he's such a good coach. Not just what we thought about him, but during a game, the reminders and the things that he can remember for the quarterback is pretty cool.
What's the difference between having your offensive coordinator on the sideline where you kind of go up to him and talk to him versus having the press box where you kind of have to communicate in different ways? Does that change kind of your approach in terms of how you make those changes?
Yeah, absolutely. But I think him and Coach Janocko have such a great relationship. So it's like if I'm talking to Janocko, it's like talking to Clint. And so it is different. I'm used to the play caller being on the field. You go to, hey, I'm thinking, this, or what about this, or hey, they're really, I'm seeing this. I know when it's this. Let's do that. So those conversations is kind of still in between. But at the same time, I thought it was clean. I don't know if he's going to be up or down every time. I don't know. But it's different. But it's also at the same time you just come over, do your thing, and then there's one voice talking to you. It's Coach Janocko. So I don't know if one way's better than the other, but I thought it was good today.
Is this the first time in your career that you've had a play caller in the press box?
No, not the first time. But it's been some years since I've had that though.
Just understanding the preseason is what it is it frustrating that you only get 9 plays, you aren't really able to do a lot with it, and then you have to come out and just kind of sit with that for a week?
Yeah, because there's things that we've been working on. You're like, but I don't want to show this, and then he's like, yeah, I don't want to show this either, and I don't want to show this. So then you get down to it, and you're like, you're running the basic stuff, and it's like, but like I said, to get out there and play, you still got to execute, and you still got to try and make it happen no matter what. We didn't. We were laughing on the sideline right before I was going out. And he's like, quarterback coach, like, I'll let you know who's playing nickel. I don't know. I'll let you know. You don't game plan for these or anything like that. So that part is hard, and that's the weird part about preseason. But at the same time, it's like, man, I get to get hit again. You get all that, throw a ball, see the coverages from someone else. Try and use the keys and things that you use against somebody else. So that stuff is positive. But when it comes to man, of course we want to go down there and score, and everyone feels good, and you come off and root for the young guys. But at the same time, you understand what it is. I thought they did awesome. Yeah, there's going to be, who cares about things they got to clean up, man? I always tell those guys, cut it loose, because this is what an opportunity it is for you to just cut it loose and figure it out. And I had the same thing with Schaub. I was in a great situation where I can just go out there and just let it rip. And, I learn from mistakes and learn from things. And, and just the communication, I think, from both of them as they come off, too. I just listen to them talk and the way they see things. And if I have a helpful thing that has helped me, I'll help them. But if not, I just try and let them play. That's their time. Game day's for the players. So in that moment, you're kind of like a coach, and you just try and get out of the way, let them play. But if you see something, try and help. Hey, they are doing this. And then, and then you see them throw a completion. That stuff's cool.
Watching Spencer after 2 minutes at the end of the game.
It's awesome, man. He's done a great job. Him and Jake both have done a great job of, because we had one in the first half too, of that drill all camp. And so to see them operate that, Jake going down, getting us points, much needed. Obviously we needed them. And then Spencer going down, getting us points to win the game, setting up Charlie, which was awesome. It was his first kick. But seeing that operation, that's just as a quarterback, that's your favorite time. You know, just get to play fast. You know, go throw the ball, find completions, and try and win the game. So it's awesome.
Were y'all playing you two in the locker room for Charlie?
I can neither confirm or deny that. I am not in charge of the auxiliary cord.
But like seeing that, I mean, like he was like jacked up after that game.
Yes.
Like,
Oh,
what was, like, the team
I hope someone has the most awkward high five I've ever received in my life. Like, I went to give him a high five, and it, like, I don't know what. I was like, I'm lucky I didn't break my hand. But he was juiced, and rightfully so. He just told us, like, I didn't know this. He hadn't kicked a football like a year ago. He had never kicked a football. It's like, to go out there and kick a game winner, who cares? Even though it's preseason, like, who cares? Like, that's something he'll remember forever, you know? That's pretty awesome. Good? Awesome. Thank you, guys.
All right, we have A.T. Perry first, and then Willie Gray Jr. You really started to come on last week during camp, making big plays. How is it for you to just kind of keep that rolling, bring it from the practice field to a game?
I mean, like I said before, just trying to be consistent. You know, just going out whenever I get my plays, get my opportunity, just make the most of it. So, had opportunities tonight and just made those plays. So.
I think DA said that you gave him a double move at the end of the half when you were able to get over to the 58-yard. Can you just talk us through that play and what you saw?
Yeah, it was just a little concept. Just corner, go. Seeing the safety that he was down a little bit, so seeing the opportunity. So once I got past the corner, ran out of field. I was expecting the ball, so I seen the ball in the air, tracked it, made sure I secured the catch. So.
And then you also were able to draw DPI. Same situation or different?
It was just a little different. Corner was stacked on top of me, so I tried to just stack on top of him. Ball was in the air, just try to make a contested play, but luckily I got the DPI. Those type of plays I want to make, but unfortunately I didn't. But luckily we got the DPI and moved the ball. So.
What do you think of Spencer's 2-minute at the end?
Oh, it was great. He just controlled the offense. Just made sure guys stayed leveled. Just with the cadence and the plays and everything. But I'm really proud of him. He did good tonight. So is Jake. What I'm saying? Those guys come in every day and work. So they got the opportunity today and they show what they can do. So.
You think the NFL should change the rule that you get the yards for the DPI?
I'm sorry, say that one more time?
I said, do you think the NFL should change the rule that you get the yards for the DPI?
Honestly, yeah.
You're going to get a lot of reps tonight with the room being a little thin. Is that something you were really looking forward to?
Yeah, just unfortunately those guys went down. But, just like I said, it's opportunities for the rest of us to step up. Those guys went out, made plays, went in there and blocked, just moved the chain. So really excited for them, really proud of them tonight. So.
What's kind of the emphasis that Clint and the rest of the coaches put on you guys? Maybe you're not like first in the progression,
Mm-hmm.
and when maybe the ball's not coming to you, like how do they kind of coach you all?
Find somebody to block. If you're not having the ball, go find a body. He preaches that every day, just with our run game. Just everybody, just go find somebody. Block, just making those explosive plays. Happening down the field. So.
Anything else? All right. Thanks, guys.
Appreciate you.
People than this, right? I guess preseason, huh?
Yeah, they all went.
Oh, yeah, they don't care about us like that. Me and AT.
Willie, first opportunity for you to get out there in a Saints Florida game. I mean, how did it feel?
It felt real good, man. I walked in the locker room before the game, man, and obviously I know I'm on a new team, but to see the uniform set out and, the number on my jersey, last name on the back, man, and be with my new teammates, it felt amazing, and I'm with a great team, great organization, great coaches, great players around me, and we had fun tonight, and I'm blessed to be here.
And Willie, what were you looking to accomplish in this one? I think you credited 5 tackles, a tackle for loss. Seemed to be kind of all over the place. What were you looking to accomplish in this?
Just do my job. I want them to look at the film and say, well, one thing about Six, he's going to do his job and he's going to run to the ball. You won't make a spectacular play every game. You won't make the biggest hit every game. But if you do your job, be in position. And like Coach D.A. said, if you look right, you'll do right, And I like to be consistent at doing my job, and when you do that, the plays fall in your lap.
You made the 4th down stop. Were you a little surprised that he bounced out to you?
Nah, usually with quarterback sneaks, that's how they do it. They expect the middles to be clogged up because obviously everybody say sneak, sneak, and get and just crunch down in the middle. And the quarterbacks, it's a great thing for them to do, to roll off the side. But good thing for us, we was in a great call, and I was able to clean up off the edge, and he fell short of the line and got off the field.
You guys were able to stop 3 4th-down conversions. You just be able to work on that in a live game other than practice. How key is that for you guys to get that kind of work in?
Well, we definitely practice those things, and to see it, work out in our favor in the game is definitely it gives us that okay, well, we know we didn't practice this in vain. It paid off for us, preseason or not. And it's gonna roll over. This momentum is only gonna roll over to the next game, and then regular season. So we got to keep it rolling from here.
Good to see the pass rush keep going against the team in another uniform.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun going against somebody else for sure.
You know you're on the sideline, but is it encouraging to see your 2 young quarterbacks lead a couple of 2-minute drills?
Oh yeah. Those guys some ballers now. Jake and Spencer, man, they some ballers. I never saw them play before being here, but I mean, obviously I seen Spencer in college. Not against him, but on TV. But just being on the same team with those guys as the backups, man, I got a lot of faith in them.
It has been a lot of points in the first half. How do you think, while you were on the field, the unit as a whole played?
I feel like we played pretty good, man. It's the details that we can clean up that the people that's watching don't really understand, but that's the stuff that gets you into the playoffs, then the NFC Championship and the Super Bowl, and once we get those little things cleaned up and we're giving up 0 points, next thing you know, a team has 20 rushing yards and 80 passing yards, and you dominate, but like I said, it's the details that get you to that point. So once we get that, we'll be rolling.
Well, I saw you vibing out to living on a prayer down there. Are you
Yeah.
glad you're over there?
Yeah, man. We back in Kansas City. I will say they play some good music back in Kansas City, man. So I'm hip to a lot of the good music now. So yeah, I listen to it all.
Gotcha. And I mean, just generally speaking, is that important to you to kind of be I don't know, DeMario would call it the juice guy back in the juice board back in the day, just to be that guy who kind of brings the energy?
Oh, I am the juice man now. I don't know if you know it or not, but yeah, that's the name they gave me back where I came from, and not because I try to show off or nothing. It's just who I am. I love the game. I love bringing the energy, bringing the juice. And I'm the juice man for that reason. So.
Was Charlie Smith adequately juiced up after the game?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely. I actually talked to him, man. I think he had a bad kickoff or something. I don't know, but middle of the game, and he was looking kind of down, and I kind of talked to him. Not saying I had anything to do with him making that game winner, but man, I'm happy to see him, make that kick, and it's a big motivational push for him, and encourages him, and lets him know, man, you can win a lot of games for us, as the kicker. So it was a big deal for him for sure. Thank you guys.